My introduction to cricket was through my father. He played on a Saturday club cricket, and most Saturdays from the age of dot were spent at the club watching him hitting balls. Found it quite enjoyable, and then it was just extended from there. Well, back home in England, I'm inner city boy, so from central London, and obviously because of the space, there's not a great deal of green, and it's more football, basketball. We didn't play cricket at our school, so mine was very much driven from the influence of my dad and my connection with my club on a weekend, and just playing Colts cricket. I was, I think, selected to join the Middlesex Academy when I was 13, and stayed on there for 2 or 3 years until I was very fortunate enough to sign my first professional contract at 16. Yeah, I grew up there. That was where Dad and I would train 2 or 3 times a week, and obviously a lot of Middlesex Colt stuff was based there.
At the nursery?
Yeah, in the indoor nursery centre. It's like a second home from 0 to 15 or 16, and then obviously to transition through the Colts and the academy, and to make my first class debut for Middlesex. And playing at Lords was, my debut wasn't actually at Lords, but I did play quite a few games for the club at Lords, which is always something that I dreamt of doing when I used to sneak off from school to go and watch the guys when I was younger. Yeah, such a rich sense of history there with the honours boards, and if you walk around the stands, and as I said, real feeling of rich history, and I think it's said many a times, but to play on that surface, the outfield and the wicket, the changing rooms, the facilities are they're unlike any in the world. Yeah, my most meaningful memory at Lords was scoring a century for Middlesex, which obviously was my boyhood club. To score one at Lords is something I always dreamt about doing. So yeah, being able to do that, I think I was only 18 or 19 at the time, was it'll always be a special memory for myself. Well, I think I'm not sure I fall into the graceful aesthetic left-hander club, but my game's evolved over the last 4 or 5 years. I did start out as very much as a determined and gritty, predominantly 4-day player that would do the hardest job in the team and see the new ball off, very combative. But over the last 4 or 5 years, having worked on certain aspects of my game, had the confidence from previous years of experience of learning and doing well, making contributions to Derbyshire. I think that's really informed expansion in my game. So I'd like to think that I'm able to do whatever's required in the conditions that are present on the day now. Well, mine's really, the white ball's really helped my 4-day cricket. Having played a lot of white ball cricket over the last 4 or 5 years, 20/20 and 50 over cricket, I think it's really given me confidence and opened up my own eyes as to the skills that I've got to hit the ball in different parts of the field, and to score a rate that previously I hadn't done consistently. So I've very much looked at it as, if I can do it against the white ball, how can I most appropriately use that confidence and those skills and incorporate it into my 4-day cricket, which isn't always easy because especially back home in England, the wickets and the conditions are so varied. Like 50 over and 20 over cricket is, the ball reacts a lot differently, the white ball, than it does to the red ball batting in the top 3. So you do have to try and be smart and wise, but also essentially underpinned by taking the confidence of the range of strokes that I use in white ball cricket and transitioning into red ball. I think my greatest challenge was being released by Essex in my mid to early 20s. It was a real crossroads for me. I'd had 3 or 4 years at Essex, which was fantastic in terms of made 1 or 2 very special, meaningful, lifelong friendships there. But in terms of a cricketing context, it was difficult for me in that I wasn't able to produce the amount of runs and consistency which I would have liked to. And when you're not at your homegrown county, you're essentially there as an asset to provide a service for the club. And at that point in my career, I wasn't definitely from a mental standpoint. I was in a position to give Essex what they wanted from me, but I was very fortunate to have the opportunity to go and join Derbyshire. And yeah, first 12 or 18 months there were also a struggle. But then when I got the other side of 25, I think the experiences of lots of hardship and failure and a strong determination not to give in, but to keep seeing the failures as opportunities to learn. It seemed to come together nicely over the last 4 or 5 years, and being able to play with consistency across all forms of cricket is something I'm very proud of, being able to manage that difficult time. Well, just before I answer that, I want to be very clear that I've been very fortunate at differing points in my development and career. I've had significant others, or a coach or a mentor, or someone that's played a mentoring role at that time, and I would never overlook their time, effort, expertise and help that they've given me. However, in that period, what really helped me essentially was taking complete ownership for my own game, becoming reliant only on myself, being very clear about how I wanted to play the game, how I wanted to practice, and when I went out there to bat, I was going to live and die by my own decisions, because no one's holding your hand out there. And now being fortunate to be captain of the county for the last 4 seasons, it's something that I consistently share with our team, particularly younger guys. Take ownership of your own game and your own learning, and going back your own talent out on the field. Well, captaincy's been a massive privilege. Derbyshire is a club that I've been at for 7 or 8 years now, and it's very close to my heart. I'm very passionate about the local area. I live locally to the club and the region of the country. And as I said previously, always will be very thankful for the opportunity the club gave me. So to captain a team that you feel connected to like that, and the friendships I've made there, to lead your friends day in, day out is such a privilege. Well, the first couple of years that I was captain, we had a very young, inexperienced team, and we lost a lot of games, and that was very hard to take. But again, although not always easy, trying to keep the mindset of seeing the failures as opportunities to learn and implement that as a team and individuals to try and develop has been important. Look, I don't use any social media, so I try and quieten as much external noise as possible. We're all, I speak on behalf of the county as the captain of the club, but we're very grateful and appreciative of all the support we get from our fans, and they're excellent. When they get behind you on a game under lights is a nice feeling. However, my own experience is it's important to be clear about what I and the team thinks is best to keep improving day in, day out, and then the results will take care of themselves. I hope I'm not going to trot out the usual cliches, but this is my own personal experience. The importance of cricket is put into a different perspective. For me, a lot healthier perspective. providing I give my absolute all each and every day and trying to learn and improve, which I do, very committed to doing. The outcomes, whatever they are, whether it's 100 or 1, they're not quite as harsh on the inside when you go home and you've got thankfully a healthy and happy family and a young family to go to return to. The two things that really stand out is one, viewing or reframing every experience as an opportunity to learn and improve. However people want to run that process is obviously down to the individual, but that's paramount for me. So you don't waste valuable time, years, and experiences. And secondly, something that as you know, I'm passionate about, because I've mentioned it previously, is taking ownership for your own game. Coaches are a brilliant resource, and I've been very fortunate to be exposed to quite a few in my life, but essentially know and hold your hand out in the middle. It's you with the bat, and taking complete responsibility for your game, how you want to play, the decisions you make, how you're going to improve. They would be the two fundamentals that I would encourage anyone to do.